All right, Bizak. We're back to this nigga right here.
This race was never more than a punchline to a joke. After graduating from college, I got my dream job as an engineer at a major toy company, or anybody else's. For me,
Well, let me play the whole thing. It's only 22 seconds.
growing up in New York, you could say I was a default liberal. My political opinions, to the extent I had them,
Now, see, this guy younger than me. He grew up in, obviously, New York, and not just my folks, but also he don't say nothing about church, which is fine. And that's what I'm saying. Remember the story I tell about crying because I had to say, and that's how I know the shortest verse in the Bible. That was in New York, Queens, right? And so yeah, they're just like down south. You know, church folks in New York, at least in our day, yeah, it's the same thing. They all sound the same. They didn't have no New York accent. Let the baby, the baby, like I said, she gave me mercy because I never forget. I went, they tried to, you know, give me a longer verse. I ain't no tried to. They gave me, and the older kids, they all went up there and said their verses. This was Easter, another Easter. Cause I think I must have been so young. I had the same. It must have been 2 years in a row. It was blue, a blue Easter suit. That's what As by the time you get older, high school, oh, that's your Easter suit, huh, nigga? You know. But I think I had the same blue Easter, the same Easter suit. The little tie, the clip on. Yeah, back then the clip on. Yeah, oh, I forgot about that. The clip on was our jam, or whatever your mama's jam, the clip on. But in my house, I'm 4 or 5 years old. I had to put the clip on myself. By the time I'm in high school, yeah, I knew how, tie. Cause I remember, well, whatever. But anyway, long story short, uh, this guy giving an accurate description, even though he's younger than me. All this, remember I kept telling y'all that, you're like, well, racist. You're like, well, you left New York. That's what I'm telling you. That makes it worse for y'all. I left New York in the middle of sixth grade in like 86 or 86 and moved to Roswell, Georgia, where a better job was for my mom, but this is all white, right? Oh, maybe it wasn't even better. You know what? Exactly. Yeah, she wasn't a modern feminine, whatever. It wasn't even just better. It was, really the only reason it was better because Georgia has a lower cost of living, but it's the same company. That's how I know about. You can transfer. She asked for a transfer. Like I don't know what she explained that. But anyway, so next thing you know, I'm down south. So it wasn't a job sending down there. She asked because, like I said, the other elders, the elders, real elders, was moving. Anyway, long story short, no problems with the white boys down south. And the teachers, and the teachers ain't pick on me. Oh, you black nigger, you from New York. Yeah, that's another thing. Oh, you think you're better than us because you from New York, nigger. Nothing like that. Nothing.
weren't deeply thought out. They just were. My philosophy was live and let live. Say what you want, do what you want. Just don't physically harm or abuse another person. I also never thought much about my skin color, or anybody else's. For me and my friends, race was never more than a punchline to a joke. After graduating from college, I got my dream job as an engineer at a major toy company, Hasbro. Everything seemed to be moving in the right direction. And then one day, the company decided that all the engineers would have to attend a training session on implicit bias, racial awareness, and intersectionality. This was my introduction to the mad, mad world of corporate DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. When I heard about
But my point is, why is everybody still talking about corporate and this and that? Why isn't people like this is a communist attack? This is war. We are at war. They didn't infiltrate it and work their way up. But anyway,
The session, I rolled my eyes. All I wanted to do was make cool toys for kids. But if the company was going to make me sit through some HR mumbo jumbo, I'd play along. The sooner I got through it, the sooner I could get back to the drawing board. Literally. So, there I was on a Zoom call with a bunch of other employees listening to a DEI presentation entitled Racial Biases and Children. Children hold racial biases? Adults maybe, but Hasbro's clientele? It struck me as a little weird. A voice in my head said I should record the session. The presenters, a husband and wife team, started by claiming white babies as young as 3 months began to exhibit racial preferences. By 2 years, they're excluding other children based on race. By 3, they're intentionally using racist language. By 4, they're showing a strong and consistent pro-white.
now this might just be one example, but by the time, after I got hurt and I realized I couldn't jump no more, and I re-enlisted to go to Fort Eustis, one of my homies was a white guy. He was a Marine. We were the same age, did the same amount of time, but his personal story. He was already married. They got out. He got it when not his wife. She wasn't a Marine. It was typical Army story. I mean military. And I don't know. They got out. Cause he got there after me. But so they had been out, and he's saying though, he got out in the Army. I mean Marines, and had been out 6 months, and I, said fuck it. I'm gonna go back in, but he came in the Army. Now, technically, I don't know. Maybe this was gang stalking, because that means, because I had been there, a while before he even got there. Because my other dude, a white boy, white homie, he was nothing. Matter of fact, I told you the first day I got to Fort Eustis, right? I met my 2 co-workers, and first of all, the dude in charge, me and him exact same age, white boy, you know. And I knew we was the same. I knew it, and like I said, remember, it's like with my MOS 31 uniform, whatever. The whole time I did, like when that's when I knew it was like, but I couldn't. It's like this is impossible that they did this on purpose. But as soon as I got hurt, they lifted. It's basically like they lift the hole. It's a hole. It's called a hole. But they had said this the whole time. 2-3 years I was at Fort Bragg. As soon as we got there. Like y'all ain't never gonna get you ain't gonna get your E5. Like I said, remember my homeboy, we was in jump school together, but he was a different MOS. He got his E5 like that after 2 years, right on time. Me and him still hanging out and this and that, but I'm still a E4. And I'm a team leader. He's not, I don't know what he does. I didn't know what he did. And, that technically he was MI, but he was a MI dude. Every unit in the military, even fucking Coast Guard, they got MI personnel. So he was an MI dude, and like I said, I was in an MI unit, right? And he would come through sometime to the skiff. Remember, I would say things about the skiff. I don't know what they do in there. He do. And like we do the weekend. It's nothing. We'd be over a girl house for the whole weekend. Me and him, whatever. First of all, you ain't gonna talk about work. We talking about, whatever. That are we happy, or either it's at this point we know these girls. We ain't, ain't no big, like we ain't like kids, no teenagers. It's just whatever, Hey man, what we gonna eat tonight? Whatever. So no, ain't no switching and swapping, none of that shit. There was other, that's what I'm saying. Cousins. She got cousins, friends, and all this. Whatever. But anyway, so I never thought. But so at this time, I don't see nothing. Hindsight, but it's like, yeah, then he gets his E5, and I'm still. Yeah, I thought it was just funny because I'm like, I'm already a team leader. I got people under me. He might have people under him. He got 3 stripes. Everybody know what that means. E5. You might not know what that means, but he's a sergeant. But technically, I got, well, if y'all want to call it that, more power, because I got a team, a vehicle. I got a driver. My name on the right side, I got a driver. And I got a driver. Private so-and-so is my driver. Da 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 da. We go, but it's not luxury. As a matter of fact, probably was the vehicle I used to have 2 years ago when I first got there, and my name was private. But now I'm in charge. And yeah, but the point, if we go to war, if we get caught, he's not going. I'm pretty sure, or maybe he would after months and months. If it's that serious, yeah, he gonna be over there. But us, we're going there first. I got to get my team ready. We're gonna jump in. He's airborne too, but he's a desk jockey. I know the whole time. That's my homie. But I mean, I'm talking about since the first week I got, this and that. Yeah, that's how I know, all the Fayetteville spots. Me and him, we like that. Every. But and so I wasn't mad, you're actual sergeant, but I'm like the real sergeant. Ain't no like in it. Yeah, it is. But anyway, why'd I go? So yeah, he won DEI. When I was this 90 when we first met, 94. Clearly, he's not DEI. He just, ain't gun ho. That's totally different. He wouldn't be my homie if he wasn't smart. We weren't doing crimes, but we still is like, we still living, that high school days, and then, like I said, we was that's what I said. That's how me and him find out about Fayetteville State and the girls there. Fayetteville, it's a HBCU. That's how me and him, we all up in that bitch, all that shit. Like we was students. Hey, what we gonna do? Shit, let's go chill. But this is when we first got there. By the a year or two later, yeah, we ain't got, that's the we was young. But anyway,
By 4, they're showing a strong and consistent pro-white, anti-black bias. And by 5, they hold the same racist biases as their parents. You think most 5-year-olds are innocent. These presenters think they're auditioning for the KKK.
oh, all right. So I was talking now. All right. All right, so now, yeah, after I get hurt, now I can't jump. I'm not. I could have stayed and went to Costco. I'm like, well, I wasn't even thinking that. Nobody gave me no ideas what he gonna do. I just knew I was still having seizures. I'm like, there's no way I can jump out. Not let me. It's like, who in the hell would want to jump out of airplanes and you're having seizures, right? And so anyway, I leave, and that's why I'm talking about old boy. So I meet him. Oh, I forgot. Okay, what I'm saying. The first night I got there was another dude, white boy. He looked like a skinhead. Meaning he really did. He looked like, what's that movie? American movie X. But no, I ain't think that. I just like this dude said. Race jokes. It was just a joke. He just said it. I'm like, this nigga look like a skinhead. I thought it was just funny. And like I said, the dude who got, the dude in charge. I looked at him. I said, you just, first thing out my mouth, I said, you just got your E5. He's like, yeah. And it's like, after I got her out the hospital convalescently, they lift points for E5. I mean, for E5 for 31 uniform. Don't matter if you're airborne. And he was from our sister unit. He was 101st. They're aerosol. The whole thing is like some twinge of mocking me. Yeah, whatever. And but the whole time me and him was cool. I never disrespected him. We was cool. I didn't have to kiss his ass. Hey, sorry, the whole time. We was cool. We went out a couple of times and all that shit. But I knew, okay. I toned it down. I just met this nigga, da da da. But kicking in the bags. We had, whatever. We had a good time. But I couldn't. Yeah, that what I'm saying. I knew I couldn't be salty. Like I wouldn't even be here. If I wouldn't got her, I'd be in 82nd. I don't know why he left the 101st, but now I know, gang stalking. Like, why would you even leave the 101st? But so the other dude, when I first got there, he looked like skinhead, and I'm like, no, I wasn't upset, nothing like that. This is what's up, nigga. But I just didn't expect what he did. Listen to the story. I told it before on one of these videos. So I'm going to the bathroom. I go out my room. I got a single man room because, my rank. And even though I'm new, my rank affords a single man room, whatever. So I got it in my room by the bathroom. And as soon as I'm finna go take a, he's coming up the steps. I look, he stops, he looks up. I'm like, what was that? He said, oh yeah, what you finna do? I mean, well, he didn't even say that. He said, we going out. So, oh, okay, shit. I said, let me, yeah, you know me. It's like maybe gangster, I don't know. But all I know is as soon as yeah, it's like, oh shit, all right. I just got here and I didn't expect that. And he took me out. This is Fort Eustis, Hampton Roads. He know that he's white boy. He know because me and him, when we went out a couple of times. Well, I don't know how many. Our thing was because by this the '98 that neon shit. They do it in a lot of movies. Now it's the movies, maybe even vampire, but they do the drugs and they got the glow sticks. And you might even, if you got a white T-shirt, your white T-shirt glow. We thought, I don't know if he was. I don't think he was gangsta. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, he was like me. He wasn't gangsta. Okay? He was just like me. We really posting up on the wall. You're like, why did y'all go there if y'all just gonna laugh at everybody? I'll tell you why he laughed. And we're sitting there, and they just break dancing and do do do. But this shit still was live. But the lights and it's just the club lights. And if you got on a white T-shirt, it's neon. The T-shirt is neon, and nowadays on a movie, they even might have it. The girls might even have some kind of fluorescent lipstick. Vampire movie. No, this was '98. And this shit, these the OGs. Really, they are. They're the OGs of that shit, right? They we thought that was so fucking hilarious. All do breakdance. I used to call they get out and start breakdance fighting. I used to call it breakdance because basically it's '80s, early '80s. But these young kids, they were the same age, probably about 3 years younger than me. We was 24. They probably 20, 18. I don't know. They breakdance fighting with each other, meaning they up rocking and popping and locking and all the dance. And we thought, all right. So I tell you why my nigga right here was so funny. To me, why we thought alike, even though he technically he was a kickboxer. This was in '98. He had been a kickboxer when I got there. And no, this is a fact. He showed me his videos, and I'm gonna tell you. And so it wasn't even called UFC. UFC, it was Hoist Gracie. The Gracies, he actually would take leave. Amateur. He was an amateur. He's about my size. We about the same size. All right. So what I'm saying is, no, we didn't threaten people in the no. And what our mentality, all this dancing shit, dancing ass niggas, da 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 da. So yeah, remember I told you a year before that Suge. So that's what I was on, and he fit in perfect. But he came and got me. I was going to pee. I was walking out the room. I looked. I said, oh, what's up? We going out? What? And I had just got there that day. Improv. He ain't say nothing but a word. All right, hold up, go in my room. Yeah, I went to go pee. He came, he got the car. He got the car, and so yeah, we just so y'all just went in the club to laugh at people. Y'all ain't y'all ain't that. No, I never dance. But it's still, as y'all would say, a vibe. It's still even the music, pumping, boosh, boosh to the club. But you can't help but laugh. And I did, I'm longing for them to play some gangster shit. I know they not finna do it, but either way, all right, you ain't gonna do it. Nah, I ain't gonna. The DJ, you ain't gonna. Nah. But yeah, did so like that one time he took leave. The last time before I don't know what he did. Did he get out or real? I don't know. So because before my other homeboy, the Marine, that's why I'm telling the story the whole time. All this has a point. All right, so one time again, he takes a weekend, 4 days. I think wherever he goes back, and he goes in. Monday comes or Tuesday. He took leave. It wasn't no holiday. 3 day, 4 day, like uh, 4th of July. He took leave to go fight, and he did. Okay, but he already before he had broke his hand, and he was always drinking milk. He was like, hey, y'all he talk about me because I got to, whatever. Either way, he's like, oh, see, that's why you didn't drink milk. You ain't drink milk. You need to drink milk. You need to drink milk. But milk, he laughing. I said, see, nigga. All right, so he comes back, literally broke his fist. But he had took leave, and whatever. I don't know who took care of the military or whatever. I don't know, and or maybe his league. It wasn't no UFC back then. There was no UFC. It was kickboxing back then. It's the same thing. The great, but yeah, of course I laughed. Like, see, nigga, you talking all that shit about milk, about me, but he showed me. I was so mad at him because he fucking won. Kickboxing. They doing the boxing, boom, 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 kicking, and whatever it was, he's on top of the dude. And so the dude is right here. They the one, two, three. He fucking and this is a mat, but he slams his fist. He punches. He done hit the dude in the face. You can see it's clear as day. The camera is on that side. Whatever. These dudes are mad all the time. He's boo. I said, see you dumbass nigga, you won. He won. He didn't break his fist in the fight. He broke his fist because after the 1, 2, 3 count. I don't know what was you thinking? Boom. He just slammed he just punched his fist on the mat. Broke his fist. Alright, so then he leaves. Alright, so no dude, he's a Marine. They tell the story. We're again same age, we're all the same age and got similar experience. All of us been in at least 4 years somewhere else. And but he was not just somewhere else. Like I said, the dude in charge, he was in the 101st. This dude, he's a Marine, but he enlisted. I mean, yeah, he changed services, switched services. Yeah, so again, he's cool, but he's married, so he's nowhere near. Well, dude was married too, the kickboxer, but that was that's why me and he, I guess we really ain't trying to get on, and I didn't try to put him in situation. We didn't. That's why I said we was out there just laughing because he was married. And laughing at the break dancers, the fighting, and what's that shit? The neon, the club music. Hey, don't get mad at me. I thought this shit was hilarious way back in there. That damn near 30 years ago. But, but anyway, and so. My point is, dude just said he was saying that Hasbro, the kids. That's what I told this long ass true story just to get to this point right here. All right, so the Marine homie who just got to the unit, because if you wait, I think if you wait, even if you switch services, if they accept you, you don't have to go to basic. So he didn't have to go to basic. I think just AIT. Yeah, he went to AIT, and that's it. He didn't have to go to basic, so he gets to us. Prior service, yeah, prior service, right? He gets to us, and him and his wife, and they automatically, well, not order, but yeah, they got on post. But so me and him cool too, but he don't go out, Another white guy, and they're married, and they have a kid, right? So I would go over to his house. And my point is, with that, like that dude said, with them horrible Hasbro, and then that's to us, that's a diss our generation because he's too young, right? That's GI Joe and Transformers, Hasbro. And it wasn't no inspire kids to be smarter. Like I said, Hasbro, G.I. Joe's real American hero. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra Red and Destro. All that shit. Fighting to say today, he'll never give up. That's what I'm saying. We was brainwashed to go into the military by 83, 84. I'm just, talking shit. But, so he's Hasbro in the 90s probably, or the 2000s. This is, yeah, obviously it's the 2000s. Way younger than me. He talking about, oh, I just want to inspire, all that weird shit. But it's still good. I'm not dissing him. He's telling the truth. I'm gonna let it keep playing. He really is telling the truth. And what he's doing is good. He's actually a good, really is. But anyway, so his daughter, she was like 4 or something. What I'm saying is the reason I remember it so much when I would be over, my like, no, she's crawling all over me. This is, and it's almost like a flashback. No, the mama, she was ready. She said, get off. No, she was not mad at me. No, we was always, you know. But she's like, she understand. Get off that man. Just get it. Honestly, she might be like, yeah, just she's already. Remember, I told you, old school, teaching your daughter as a lady don't crawl, whatever. I don't know. She didn't say anything like that. I never talked to her, but she's not like that. But she's like, get off of him. And I can see it. I'm not heartless. Yeah, exactly. I'm not heartless. I can see. That's what I'm telling you. You can see in her eyes. She was happy to see me. This and that. But yeah, it's uncomfortable. Even though this is my homie, like, yeah, they're crawling all over me. Like, but that's why I told this story. And I think he's telling the truth though. He's no, maybe because these new generation, our generation, by the time we was his age, we got kids, whatever. Everybody, all of us. So this guy, he don't understand, but he's telling the truth. He's telling from his experience. Seriously, see what I'm saying?
Showing a strong and consistent pro-white, anti-black bias. And by 5, they hold the same racist biases as their parents.
And my point is, it reminded me of other kids. Whether it's a girl I met and she got kids and they're crawling all over. And you don't, what I'm, my, you don't, even though this is my homeboy, either way, you don't know what the, hey, he can get off me, yeah, you just, uncomfortable with this family type shit, cause you see, yeah, you ever see the movies, whether it's a white dude or a black, he's Uncle so-and-so. If maybe I would have been if y'all didn't, ruin everything. By the time she's older by now, I'm Uncle so-and-so, and literally, in that type of movie, I might have to murk some people for her, because I'd have known her since she was 3, you know. No, this is not that. I just remember it wasn't uncomfortable like that. Like, oh, this white kid. Like I said, it's the same thing when I was, whatever, or maybe even a relative, a real relative, and their kid, like, and so that means this kid is my relative, like my fifth cousin, whatever. Is he crawling on you? You're like, I'm not your dad. What? Why you? But I've been realized that. I don't know why. Kids love me. They still, get out of y'all. But y'all might have tried to, brainwashing. But you got to remember, some of them are way too young. And that's what I said. Is your appearance, nigga? You just ugly or something. Kids, they just start crawling. The boys, girls, they just start crawling all over me. And then the mama, get off him. You don't know how many times I had to hear that, and say.
5-year-olds are innocent. These presenters think they're auditioning for the KKK. Hasbro, these mind readers added, was compounding the problem. Our toys skewed white, and were therefore perpetuating anti-blackness. For both kids and adults, they said, stereotypes in the product and marketing can reinforce dangerous hostility and resentment. What our toys should be doing, they informed us, is teaching children about racial power and privilege. We had a special responsibility to do this because, as toy makers, we had direct access to children's brains. We could give them
Okay, technically, I guess that's true, because you had direct access to, like I said, that's why, you know, nowadays. But I don't know. I don't think they wanted to. I think really like with G.I. Joe, what the communists mad about, it was really like if somebody really makes a hit. Exactly. Somebody really made a hit and they're trying to look at it. They tried to study it. Yeah, no, I'm dead serious. That's all it was. Somebody really made a hit. Somebody knocked it out. G.I. Joe, Transformers, whatever. Not just that, the other companies, He-Man, this and that, and they trying to make it like it's some, we got, they're trying to, this, we need to tap in. No, you're wasting your fucking money. And if you think about it, G.I. Joe and Transformers, It's just like Tonka. Tonka, why was that our favorite? Because it was just like adult shit. I can't tell you how much I wish you just could dig with a tongue. No, the shovel, the shovel. Remember, I ain't even talking about the big one. The one that's you got that's about this big. Instead of treating kids like they're kids, we gonna tap in. No, you make kid size grown up shit. I ain't even talking about Power Wheels, all that whack ass shit. The Power Wheels Jeep and none of that. The Power Wheel Escalade. This shit. That's everybody that bought their kids like in the 2000 Power Wheels or uncle or aunt. You bought your niece and nephew in 2005. It's like I don't know. I think you bought that for yourself to show out you got some money. You bought it or your baby mama. Or like I said, your auntie or your uncle, and you bought it for your. It's no diss, but it's like you forgot when you was a child. You're like, well, pop, no, I don't know. You're like, well, transform it because, and because when you look at, I didn't realize how military Transformers was till years later. That like Jazz was the first lieutenant when the first episode, all that shit. I didn't. But this shit, you don't have to, tap into anything. But honestly, his purpose, he doing what his
A head start on the road to developing a racial identity consciousness. My head was exploding. I thought our job was to help kids have fun and develop their imaginations. When the presenters finished, the 70 or so people on the call were mostly silent, except for some mild comments. I really didn't know what they were thinking. But I was appalled and disgusted. And the more I thought about it, the worse the feeling became. These presenters were telling every white person in the room that they were racist, and they had been racist their entire lives, while black people have been taught to be disgusted with their skin color their entire lives. Together, we were all perpetuating white supremacy by not being anti-racist in our toy design. And how could we atone for our sins? Create new toys to make little white and brown and black kids aware of their racial identities. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm black. Did that absolve me of any guilt? Did it make me more culpable? I had no idea. None of their BS made any sense. I should add that nobody at Hasbro ever mistreated me because of my skin color. Then, almost as an afterthought, I remembered I had recorded the entire thing. If people could see what I just saw, maybe they would understand how twisted this obsession
that's another thing. Why y'all so if this is good, why are y'all upset that he recorded? You should be like, okay, like I said, anybody I know, if I did something good and you recorded it, I recorded you. Okay, thank you. Exactly, like shit. Thank you, nigga. Hurry up and post that shit. Seriously, exactly, dummy. Now, especially if you mind, you think you're getting me. I done done it. No, before it's the same concept. There was no videos in our day, but it's I'm gonna tell her that. Okay, thank you, dummy. This nigga, she is like this nigga. You so stupid. You don't realize you just finna make me more. Exactly. You finna pump me up. But they don't want you to post it. Why don't you want us to? Yeah, exactly. Why don't you want us to post it? That tells that's a dead giveaway. They know it's not even a dead giveaway. They're stupid. It just shows they know for a fact what they're doing is wrong and evil.
race had become. I needed to tell someone, anyone, but I didn't trust the corporate news outlets, so I decided to go a non-traditional route. I remembered seeing interviews with James O'Keefe, the founder of Project Veritas. I sent him the recording. His team saw its value immediately.
Where's the original?
Within weeks, hundreds of thousands of people knew about the Hasbro presentation. It quickly came out that this husband and wife team had also partnered with Google, MGM, the NFL, and Nickelodeon.
NFL and Nickelodeon, I never liked. You're like, why is that a big deal? Well, again, by time '86, when we moved down south, that's when Nickelodeon started pumping. Remember, Nick. You know, by '86, I never in my life watched anything on Nick, and really, at that point, Nickelodeon was geared towards me. I was on like 12 in '86. We moved down south. That's when we really got cable. Because, down south got cheaper cost of living than New York. So we could afford cable. I had Nickelodeon. That's when the slime, I was only 12. I can't tell you one Nickelodeon show ever. One. And literally, I purposely didn't watch it. I've never liked Nickelodeon. And ain't what you used to? Nope, I'm not too old. Because honestly, all you kids now are somebody of 90s kids. I was in the 90s, Keenan and Kel. Nope, Nickelodeon was aimed at me and my generation. I didn't like it. 86, I did. Nickelodeon. I never liked it from the beginning. I haven't seen in all these years. 86, what would that be? 30 years or whatever. Never seen it. Well, 86, we got 2 more years. 28. Never seen Nickelodeon in my life. Not one episode. No, you was old. You was a grown up in the 90s. You was in the army, military. No, in the 80s, I turned the channel. Remember, I told you, I'm watching Skinamax. I'm watching the episode. Exactly. Fuck Nickelodeon. Is that, the real shit? Nickelodeon, Disney are the real pedo channels or whatever. I don't want YouTube. And you're like, but you was watching Skinamax. Yeah. Or trying to pirate Playboy. I did a few times. I'd rather a 12. I don't care what you say. Yeah, I'm trying to pirate it and record videos and my mom at work or whatever. I'm watching that shit. It's the summer, I'm 12, 13. I never watched Nickelodeon. You see, you say, well, see what I'm saying? You call this Skinamax. The white boys call this skin. How do you think if I wasn't their friend, how would I know it was Skinamax? That they called the Skinamax. You see, we never really talked about it like that because that's gay shit. Like I said, by the time I'm 15, 14, 16, 18, you don't talk about, not because it's a thing. That's gay. Hey, man, I got this video. Click. No, man. Why do you want to? It's just joke. We laughing, Skinner, yeah, or we joking on each other. You watching Skinnermax, da da da. We joking like you need to talk. Cindy like you. Why you don't even want to talk to her? Da da da. You too busy watching Skinnermax. Yeah, you do. It's a joke. It's a joke. No bullying because these are guys. But Nickelodeon, no. Disney, no. Never seen none of that shit. Like I said, I remember the cable guy leaving. He even asked. This was '86. We first in our apartment. The cable guy, there's really in no furniture. This is '86. Just left me. I'm the one who chose Disney. She's like, you just. I just thought as a kid I was supposed to choose Disney because he said Disney or HBO, and everybody looked at me. I'm like, why? You could choose. Why would you ask Disney? It didn't last they're all why you chose, why would you say that? Why didn't you say something? Y'all defer to me. And no, I never watched Disney either. I just thought I was supposed to say Disney because I was on 12. And I never watched that either. Never watched Disney or Nickelodeon. And see what I'm saying? All this but who are all the ones brainwashing kids and all of the Disney stars that having problems and da 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 and this and that and Nickelodeon and Raven and all of them they got mental problem. That what's that one dude from That's from Raising Orlando, what's his name? All of them, the Puffy victims or whatever. That one dude, you know. See, without 12, I knew I'd never liked that shit. But and it wasn't. I didn't know that they're gonna come up with some, you know, Pete stuff. It wasn't that. It just didn't appeal to me. I was on 12. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it wasn't Transformers or it wasn't Tough or He-Man or anything. It just didn't appeal to me. But now I see why.
this husband and wife team had also partnered with Google, MGM.
Yeah, the slime. Remember that? Yeah, Nickelodeon, the slime. That's when they started that slime shit.
Within weeks, hundreds of thousands of people knew about the Hasbro presentation. It quickly came out that this husband and wife team had also partnered with Google, MGM, the NFL, and Nickelodeon, among other big-name brands. Hasbro, as you might imagine, wasn't pleased with what I had done. They were smart enough not to fire me and bring more attention to the story. Instead, when my contract expired 6 months later, that was it. My dream toy engineering career was over. So, why did I do it? Why did I choose to turn over this DEI rock and expose the poisonous creature beneath it? It would have been easier to say nothing, but that's what these race agitators count on, intimidating people into silence. That ticks me off. And I don't like them teaching kids to be obsessed with race. That really ticks me off. So, I took action, because I could, and because I believed it was the right thing to do. If enough of you join me, we can stop this madness. DEI must D-I-E. I'm David Johnson for Prager University. Thank you for watching this.
So they're supposed to like and subscribe. But anyway. Where is the video of him? Oh, probably you gotta join. Of him, oh, can you just watch it?
New York, you could say I was a default.
It's the same video. Where's the video of him? The recording of the whatever, I'll look it up. The real victims of affirmative action. We already know who it is. Us, me, not just me. The real victims, not just white folks. Well,
I just wanted to point out that
if I watch this video, honestly, this is a cheat for me. This is like a cheat. 3 months ago, it's a cheat for me. And where do you think I get the answer from? The 80s, when I was a kid. Nope. The few that's still alive, they're gonna deny. But no, they've been said the 80s. Because they understand, well, it's not just Christianity. That's another thing. Y'all keep, to understand the truth. It's the truth. If you read the Bible and understand it and ask for, really not, and understand it. If you ask for understanding, it don't matter about continents. You could be mad, blah, 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 especially the Old Testament. So if you want to be mad, it's like finding out that your granddad did something. It's 2024. Finding out your granddad did something in 1971 and you're still paying for it. And he's even dead. And I ain't even talking about financially. I'm talking about, whoever he did it to, his people still fucking with you, coming at you, their ancestors, because they pass it on, Hatfields and McCoy type, exactly. It's like, but, so, matter of fact, it's not even, well, no, I take that back. I said that wrong. It's not that whoever he did it to, people still coming at you. It's like, actually, technically, it is the other way. What I was finna say is like, the law is still coming after you civilly because of what your granddad did. You still owe, and you wasn't even born yet. You was born in 1991. and there's still the law still coming at you, just because you know his granddad. I mean, he was your granddad. There was that, but slavery is harsh. People died. They look at the other slaves, Jews, this and that. Look at uh, uh, the other books, where there's slave Daniel. It wasn't just slavery. Daniel, he told them, yo, you're gonna get put into bondage and this and that. And you're like, well, how could y'all? They tried communists. Oh, you mustn't like. No, I'm just glad it's not me. And what if that was your ancestors? It's not me. What are you gonna do about it? You gonna fight about your ancestors? You wasting your life. That's why you ain't got no money. Think about it. It ain't even so. Really, you gonna spend. And even if you do make money, say some or whatever, you become a billionaire. You gonna waste all your money fighting about something that happened centuries ago? Revenge? Throw away some more money. And so this video, I'm gonna do this right quick, but
there are two kinds of people in the world: the colonizers and the colonized, at least according to the left, which in recent years has labeled all of history's...
Yeah, the colonizer. Like, the bottom line, the only ones who are slaves right now are leftists, especially leftist black folks. That's why you mad. Why do I have all these videos of y'all coming at me? The only people coming at me are leftists, white leftists, black leftists. There's no colonizers coming after me. The only ones coming after my free ass, because I'm free, are slaves. Remember, the dude came in on my this channel right here. I was finna, do this. I'm tapping on it right now. The only one who came on this channel right here to say, "Oh, we own you," was a leftist. The Trump rally I went to, there was, "Oh, we own you. What are you doing out here?" The only people, remember, I made the video about somebody fucking with me, was the black people who was out there selling things.
Unjust beneficiaries of settler colonialism. This pejorative phrase has cropped up everywhere the left dominates: the universities, the media, even the government. Its purpose is to delegitimize every Western country that the left doesn't like: America, Britain, Spain, Portugal, France, Israel, and so on. But the phrase doesn't mean all that much when you consider that every single regime and tribal society in history was established by settlers and colonizers of one kind or another. To put it another way, not since Adam in the Garden of Eden has any people sprouted out of the ground. And in the case of Adam, you might recall, he had a little help. Borders, nations, and regimes have changed for all of history as people have multiplied, expanded, and moved around. The aim of the decolonization...
What about the Tower of Babel? Because everybody speak the same language. I'm just saying, I don't know. Let me rewind this again. Did he say anything about Babel?
Phrase doesn't mean all that much when you consider that every phrase has cropped up every left, which in recent years has labeled all of history's victors the unjust beneficiaries of settler colonialism. This pejorative phrase has cropped up everywhere the left dominates: the universities, the media, even the government. Its purpose is to delegitimize every Western country that the left doesn't like: America, Britain, Spain, Portugal, France, Israel, and so on. But the phrase doesn't mean all that much when you consider that...
You know what? No offense, homeboy. Again, I did a video. I forgot. Like I said, they done so much. Remember I said I did a video about the Polish prime minister, and he went off, right? He told them the truth, telling the truth. It ain't even about gun. Like I said, we people on my side, we common sense people, telling the people, we don't give a fuck about dropping bombs bombs and owning. Oh, they owned or this and that, all that owning shit. You got owned and blah 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 blah. All right, so this video right here, her, yeah, this lady right here, this is what you call going off. Nah, she went off. Obviously, she got to have a translator. She's Polish.
Ladies and gentlemen, or Ursula, dear Ursula, I think you need to hear in a straightforward way what most Europeans think about you. Choosing you to be the president of the European Commission in the previous term of office was a great mistake, and some still have a hangover because of it. You destroy the European economy and agriculture. Europe becomes an open-air museum in terms of agriculture. Us Europeans are becoming poorer and poorer because of you. You are the face of the migration pact, and I'm talking to you as a woman to a woman, as a mother to a mother. How can you not be ashamed of promoting the migration pact, which means that millions of women and children in Europe feel endangered, threatened on the streets of their cities? You are responsible for every rape, every violent attack, every tragedy caused by illegal migrants, because you are inviting them to come to Europe. And for what you're doing, you should actually go to prison and not to the European Commission. Your presence as the president of the European Commission means a further collapse of the European Union. What do we think about your European Green Deal? This is what we think about this. This is what we think about the migration pact. You're not even looking at me. That's a shame.
I'm trying to tell y'all, this is a sign, or not a sign, not just. This is, look, it's over. You're like, this has nothing to do. No, nope, nope. Listen.
We want a Europe of free and sovereign nations, and not a sick leftist ideology.
And you know what she looks like? She looks literally like Mayorkas. I don't know that. Do they train them? Look. Let me rewind it.
Nations, and not a sick leftist ideology.
You see how she's just sitting there smiling and blink? That looks like Mayorkas. Alejandro Mayorkas. She looks the same as smug expression. Remember, I done videos and I don't want to, her. I don't want to, touch her. But Mayorkas, you want to, pow, 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 pow. But I think the woman talking, she wants to pow, pow, pow her.
And all the soldiers.
There's normally I got jokes and, guy jokes. No, girl on girl. No, this is real. I don't feel that. I feel she really, drag that bitch.
And border, deserve a bow, a very deep bow from you. Looking at me, that's a shame.
And she's so mad. It's like, look, you think, she don't know where she knows. She's so mad she went the wrong way.
We want a Europe of free and sovereign nations, and not a sick leftist ideology. And all the soldiers that are defending the eastern border.
But where's the point?
And for what you're doing, you should actually go to prison and not.
She told her to her face, you belong in prison. That's why I said, like, when I leave comments, that's why I said stop watching Forbes with Mayorkas. They love the Mayorkas videos.
Of their cities. You are responsible for every rape, every violent attack, every tragedy caused by illegal migrants, because you are inviting them to come to Europe. And for what you're doing, you should actually go to prison and not to the European Commission.
She said, she told her you should go to prison and not the European Commission, not get, all that shit. She's like, you should go to. She stood up. That's what I'm telling you. These people right now, like 3 years ago, And it's like, well, she's a coward. Just no. I'm telling you, this is a military. They was working. This is She's definitely not a coward. She know where she's, because it's not over yet. It's not over, but she's like, oh, I'll do that shit. Exactly. You ever known somebody like that? Yo, we need somebody. Look, I'll do that shit. She's like, I'm a mama. I got kids. I'll do that shit. We need somebody, because it ain't over yet. So she's still in danger. She's not safe. She's not talking shit in a safe place. The one who was just talking. She's like, yeah, all right. Shit. You know, I tell that bitch to her face. Exactly. That she said, I tell you to your face. That's some real niggas. New York, Birmingham, LA, yeah. I tell that bitch to her face. Look, yeah. That's what you just recognize, not recognize, but yeah, you recognize that what you just witnessed. It was 3 weeks ago, but I already did the other video, but they put it in my recommendations. But anyway, I got more videos I'm gonna do tomorrow, cause like I said, I gotta catch up.